Welcome to beautiful Greenland. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe for more.
All right, today we're going to talk about a flag that decided to go its own way. A real rebel in a family of lookalikes. We're diving into the story of the Greenland flag.
So, when you think of Nordic flags, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, they all have this one iconic thing in common. But then there's Greenland. It just completely breaks the pattern. And you have to ask yourself, why?
That shared feature? It's this, the Nordic cross. And it's not just some random design. It's a huge deal. For centuries, it's been this symbol of a shared history and a deep cultural connection. It's all about solidarity, which honestly just makes Greenland's decision to say no thanks even more fascinating.
Okay, so just look at this comparison. On the right, you've got the Danish flag, the classic Nordic cross, that Greenland actually used for over 150 years. But on the left, that's what they chose instead. It's like they're speaking a totally different visual language. So how on earth did they get from point A to point B? Well, it all boils down to a quest for identity. The whole story really kicks off with this growing desire for self-expression, a journey to define a uniquely Greenlandic identity.
See, for most of its modern history, Greenland was a Danish colony. But by 1973, you start to hear these first whispers of, hey, maybe we should have our own flag. Then, after Greenland was granted home rule in 1979, that momentum just exploded, leading right up to 1985 when they officially adopted their very own flag.
But choosing that flag, it was anything but simple. It sparked this massive national conversation that really came down to a huge debate, cross versus circle.
And you got to understand, this wasn't just about what looked good. This was a fundamental choice about the future of the country. Were they going to honor their shared history, or were they going to forge a completely new path forward?
So you had one side arguing for the cross, saying it would maintain that clear link to Denmark and the wider Nordic family. But on the other side, a lot of people felt a brand new design was essential, something that really spoke to Greenland's incredible landscape and its distinct Inuit culture. The whole thing came down to two final contenders. On the left, you had this green and white Nordic cross proposed by Sven Tito Achen, and it was a strong favorite. On the right, you had this pretty radical red and white design by Thu Christiansen. The country literally had to make a choice between these two visions.
In the end, the decision was just incredibly close. The final vote came in 14-11. By a margin of only 3 votes, the circle triumphed over the cross.
And just like that, with that razor-thin vote, a powerful new national symbol was officially born. This is the flag we all know today, designed by Thu Christiansen. He was a Greenlandic artist and politician who just managed to perfectly capture a new vision for his homeland.
And get this, in the local Greenlandic language, the flag is called Erfalasserput. And you know what that means? It simply means our flag. It's such a powerful name, really claiming it as a symbol of the people.
The design itself is just beautiful, like a poem about Greenland's environment. The big white stripe, that's for the massive ice cap. The red stripe is the ocean. Then you have the red semicircle, which is the sun low on the horizon, and the white semicircle symbolizes all the icebergs and pack ice in the sea. Just brilliant. But there's another really clever detail in there. While the design is totally unique, the colors, the red and white, are the very same as the Danish flag. That was a very deliberate nod to Greenland's place within the Danish realm. But the story doesn't end there. In a really strange twist of fate, this totally unique design wasn't entirely unique after all. Yeah, what happened next is one of those coincidences that's almost too perfect to be true. You just can't make this stuff up. So, after the flag was adopted, someone noticed it was identical to the flag of a small Danish rowing club, HEI Rofsport, which had apparently been using the design for years. We still don't know if it was just a one-in-a-million coincidence or something else.
So what happened? Well, the rowing club was incredibly gracious about the whole thing and officially gave Greenland permission to use their design. A really unusual but very friendly way to resolve it.
So, after all of that history, all that debate, and that one crazy coincidence, what's the ultimate takeaway from this powerful symbol? Well, Erfalasserput really stands as this powerful symbol of identity. It represents a conscious choice for originality over tradition. It shows a deep poetic connection to the natural world. And maybe most importantly, it's a clear statement of cultural autonomy and self-expression on the world stage.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
How many other national symbols out there hide a story of such a passionate, close debate between honoring the past and embracing a totally different future? Thanks for joining us.
If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe for more.